You could have the most beautiful website in the world, but if nobody actually shows up, it doesn't even matter. Imagine that you were wanting to start a restaurant. You spent months and even years curating the perfect menu, hiring the best chefs, the best servers, the experience, the ambiance was going to be amazing. And on opening day, you unlock the door, you swing the door wide open, anticipating floods of people coming into your restaurant, but it's nothing, crickets. It looks like a ghost town because you weren't actually driving traffic to your new restaurant. You weren't doing the marketing. You weren't putting the legwork in to actually tell people about your restaurant. So on opening day, there's nobody there. Your website is the exact same way. You could have the most impressive messaging and marketing and colors, fonts, aesthetics, and everything else. But if you're actually not driving traffic to your website, you're not actually going to get leads, donations, sales partners, or anything else. So how do we actually drive traffic to our website so that people from the outside world are actually landing on our homepage? Well, in today's video, I'm going to share 3 of the most underrated but super valuable ways to actually drive traffic to your website. The first one, which again is very underrated, but it's a great way to get both short-term and long-term traffic to your website, is answer people's questions where they're already asking them. The fact is, throughout the world, every single day, people are having problems. They're experiencing issues and friction, and they're turning to people on the internet to give answers to the questions that they're already asking. They're posting these questions in Facebook groups, they're posting in Quora.com, they're posting in Reddit threads. And even from my own experience, when there's something that I don't know the answer to, I will turn to one of these different forums or databases or websites or Facebook groups to actually post a question, hoping that somebody out there knows the answer and can point me in the right direction. So the strategy here is go to Quora.com and figure out what are people actually asking related to the industry and the problem that I actually solve, and then answer the questions. Go to Facebook groups, go to Reddit, go to Quora.com and try to find the questions that people are asking and then offer a really valuable answer to that question. The pro tip here is don't come off as overly salesy. Instead, you just want to be helpful. Position yourself as a guide, helping this person actually be pointed in the right direction, and then include a link to an article on your website or to a service that you offer or a free resource that can actually, with very low commitment, give somebody the answer that they're actually looking for the problem that they're actually facing. You also want to make sure that you're answering questions that are actually ranking really well in Google search results. So a really great way to do this, for instance, with Quora.com would be in Google, in the Google search bar, type in site:/Quora.com, and then the topic that might be related to the question that you're going to answer. So if you are a roofer, you might type in site:/Quora.com, roof replacement or shingles or something like that. That's going to basically show you which ones are ranking the best. So whatever is showing up first on the first page of Google, that is a really good contender for the question that you're going to answer. So again, you can do this on Quora, you can do this on Reddit, you can do this on Facebook groups. There are actually Facebook groups for everything. And so there might be a homeowners Facebook group that people might be asking questions about HVAC or plumbing. There might be a marketing Facebook group. There might be a church Facebook group where people are asking questions about church website or church signage or church logos. And so whatever it is, find a Facebook group that's actually filled with people that might actually benefit from your service, and then answer questions, be helpful, and then of course, post some sort of link to a blog post or an article or a free resource that can kind of point somebody in the right direction and answer their question. Now, I will say, do your due diligence and look into the rules and regulations and the posting policies for the Facebook group or for the answer question website to make sure that they're okay with self-promotion. Some don't like self-promotion and you don't want to get banned and you don't want to get blocked. And then some don't mind self-promotion. So again, do your due diligence, do your homework, but this is a really great strategy, answering questions on the internet where people are already asking them. Okay, strategy number 2 for getting more traffic to your website: repurposing and reposting old content. So you probably already have an arsenal of great content and blog posts and podcasts and free resources, but they're probably just sitting dormant on your website. Instead, you need to be posting these. I would recommend posting almost every single day some sort of helpful article. Even if you wrote it 6 months ago or a year ago, you can change the title slightly to make it kind of feel more relevant. You can change the thumbnail. But again, post on Facebook, post on LinkedIn, post on Instagram, make an Instagram story about it, and regularly pushing content, even if it's old content, into the internet, because this is a really great way to get people to click on that content, land on your article, land on your podcast, and drive traffic to your website. Another pro tip here is make your thumbnail really engaging. Even if it's old content that you created a year ago, you can change the thumbnail pretty easily, and you can make it something that's really eye-catching and really eye-grabbing. So for instance, on YouTube, as you're scrolling through all of these different videos that you could click on that the algorithm is trying to push at you, oftentimes it is the one with the most compelling thumbnail that's going to actually make you want to click. So if somebody is scrolling through Facebook or LinkedIn, and there's a lot of different things that they could be clicking on, but they see that your article has a really compelling and a really eye-catching thumbnail, they're going to be that much more likely to actually click on your article, thus driving traffic to your website. Now, while you certainly can just post a link to the actual full article, another thing you can do is pull out a paragraph or 2 paragraphs or 3 paragraphs, post that to Facebook or to LinkedIn, and then include a link at the very bottom for somebody to actually read more. So it's a little bit less of a commitment for somebody, because if all they're seeing is the thumbnail and the title, they might not know, is this actually something I want to read? Is this going to actually solve my problem? Is this actually going to be helpful? But if you actually have a couple of paragraphs, you're able to glean some value from that, then they're going to be that much more likely to actually want to read the full article on your website. And then of course, once they get to their website, they're reading through the article. One bonus tip here is when they get to the end of the article, I would have some sort of call to action. A lot of people are just posting blog posts or posting podcast clips or snippets, and then you read the blog and that's it. There's no actual call to action. I would recommend some way to kind of funnel somebody from that blog into something else. So for instance, currently in the year 2026, any of the different blog posts or articles that are on our website at richie-creative.com, when you finish the article, there is a plug for our book, which then prompts somebody to actually purchase our book. There's also a Calendly where somebody can sign up for an appointment. There's also a button that says build my website or let's get started, which funnels somebody into the services page of our website. So again, don't just create content for content's sake. Make sure when somebody lands on your website that you're actually then funneling them into the next step to actually take the next step with your brand and with your organization. But again, all of the great content you've created in the past, don't let it just sit dormant on your website. Make sure that you're actually posting it and publishing it and repurposing it on all of your different social media channels. Okay, so the third way to drive regular traffic to your website. Now, this one might seem a little bit intimidating, but start a YouTube channel and post weekly helpful videos. I know it might sound scary, especially more so than the other 2 tactics that we talked about earlier in the video, but this is one that is very beneficial and very helpful because YouTube is the world's 2nd largest search engine. The first, of course, is Google, and who owns YouTube? Google. And so we need to stop thinking about YouTube as purely for entertainment. People do come to YouTube to be entertained, but they're also coming because they're looking for answers to questions. They're having a problem and they're looking for a solution. I have done this, and you probably have done this as well, where there's something, either a home repair that I'm trying to do myself or something related to, I don't know, some other thing that I'm not an expert in. And I just type it in on Google and I find a video and it answers my problem. So this is a really great tip because in the short term, you're positioning yourself as an expert where somebody actually sees you as, hey, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's an expert in his industry, and they're going to be that much more likely to trust you and to want to work with your brand. But in the long term, it's really great because your videos don't die. For instance, if you post a helpful video on Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, then in a day or a day and a half, your video is going to be buried at the bottom of all of these other videos that are competing for attention. But because YouTube is not only an entertainment platform, but is also a search engine, your video is going to live on indefinitely. So if you are a home improvement person or a roofer or an HVAC person or a tax pro or an accountant, and you're creating videos that are solving people's questions and solving people's problems, guess what? People are probably going to have the same exact problem in 2 years and in 5 years, and they're going to find your video then as well, which is then going to actually drive more traffic to your website. And the other plus here is the more videos you create, the better you get at it. You're going to get more subscribers, more likes, more comments, more engagement. And that's going to show the YouTube algorithm, hey, this is a trustworthy and reputable person who's actually helping people. And because of all of that, it's going to drive even more traffic to those videos that you're creating, thus driving more traffic to your website. Now, again, like the last strategy we talked about, you don't want to fall into the trap of just creating content for content's sake. Every single video that you post to YouTube should be done intentionally to kind of funnel somebody into taking the next step. So again, for us, we are a small and growing YouTube channel, but we do have a couple of videos that have over 1,000 views. And those videos have done a great job in getting more traffic to our website, getting people to purchase our book, sign up for our newsletter, or even just fill out a form on our website showing interest in purchasing one of our services. So again, you don't have to have a big following for this to work. The key is to be consistent, but create valuable, helpful content that is actually answering the questions that people are already asking. By the way, if you enjoy marketing and website design and website strategy, you can sign up for our newsletter, Stay Creative Weekly, for weekly training videos, training articles, written resources, freebies. You can do so at richie-creative.com/weekly. So again, you can have the best website in the world, but if you're not actually getting traffic, it doesn't matter. So again, these are 3 really great strategies for driving regular traffic to your website. Well, I just wanted to say a quick thank you to everybody who watches these videos and is subscribed to the channel. It means a ton to me personally, so thank you so much. Remember, you can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. Stay creative, and we'll catch you next time.